Hello. Um, it's Saturday. It's rainy, and people are being rude as fuck and honking outside. Um, it's been an interesting day. It's been very relaxed. I was supposed to go up into the Bronx to go to farm school today, but because of the rain, we were supposed to do hands-on carpentry, but the wood that we were going to turn into a compost bin, uh, the tarp that was covering it got lifted during the rainstorm, so we could not. Oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. Not sure what happened. Oh god, this car. My phone might be spazzing. Let me know if you see me again. I'll wait. I'll wait. Are we back? Have we returned? Great, awesome. Um, anyway, as I was saying, we were. Oh god, all these noises. I'll get my shit together soon. Sorry about that. We were supposed to go up into the Bronx for farm school today to do carpentry. We were supposed to make a compost bin from pieces of wood that unfortunately got rained on, so you cannot work with wet wood. It was just not optimal conditions, so class got canceled. So instead, I finished editing my video that is going live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about 3 hours from now. So I'm going to put on this live. To make some dinner because I am hungry. I have some tomatoes that I need to make. I have some of our mirepoix that I have never finished. I just cooked some chickpeas in the Instant Pot, so I think we're gonna make like a kind of Spanish-inspired chickpea stew. It was one of the most comforting and homey things I ate when I went to Spain with Aaron. I believe I had this particular dish at a little tapas spot in Sevilla, and I just remember it so fondly. That version had spinach in it too, but I don't have spinach. The new video, just so your expectations are managed, is very short. It's under 7 minutes. And it's in part because I got tired of doing long form. It's not sustainable for me. I'm not motivated to sit down and edit for a week straight, although I did spend a whole week editing the 7-minute video because I don't really know what I'm doing when I go into a new format. So it's kind of a learning curve for me, but I'm pretty excited to be working on something different and to see how people like it or don't like it, which is fine. But I think the important thing for myself is to keep it fresh for me. When I uploaded this video and I was turning monetization on it, it gave me the notice that any video under 8 minutes can't have ads embedded in the middle of the video. And I was like, oh, I see. And I was kind of like initially disappointed that I can't monetize it to the fullest because of its short duration. And then there was like a switch in my brain that was like, oh no, June, you've been doing videos for all the wrong reasons. Because as I was saying, I'm not doing this for the money. Clearly, there's a part of my brain that's like, you should optimize this for money. And so that was like a very clarifying moment for me to experience, where I realized that my motivations for making videos have been very muddied. And I continue to think through that thought process, like, what am I making videos for? Why do I keep doing them? I think initially when I first started making videos, it was one, to prove to myself that I could do it. It's a fun new skill to play with. Two, to prove that I didn't need like a team of people to put out a video from start to finish. Three, I think I made them for my mom to see. You know, like I wanted my mom to see that I had this new skill. Four, when my mom died, I used them as a way of expressing my grief and all of the very rough, turbulent, confusing emotions that came with that change in my life. And I think five, when I got fired, I was trying to test this out as a way to branch out into being self-employed and see how it does in terms of what kind of income it can pull in for me. But now I think I've reached a point in my thinking process where it's become clear to me that I for various reasons, don't want to rely on YouTube videos as my main source of income. One, mainly because YouTube and just its rules are so unclear and opaque, and a lot of accounts have just gotten banned or deleted overnight for offenses that they couldn't even defend themselves against. Two, when you make content for an audience and you derive your main source of income and acceptability and consumability on your viewers, you become subservient to them, and you now are technically self-employed, but you are actually subjecting yourself to 1,000, 100,000 employers, because everyone in the audience will have an opinion about what you do and what you don't do. So, three, I just don't know, because I feel like I've been burning out on editing my own videos, and I do really like editing them. I think it gives me full creative control, and they've been very fruitful for me in terms of self-discovery, but I don't want to do it as a job. I just want to do it as a hobby. I want to do it because it gives me joy. I want to do it because I feel excited to do it. I want to do it because it gives me a chance to eat new foods and show it off to people, or think new thoughts and explain it to others while I'm also explaining it to myself. I want it to be a place where I can explore different aspects of myself without having to have the goal of monetization in mind as the forefront priority. So that's what I've thought about in the last few weeks. I've taken some time off to really just allow myself to breathe and relax a little bit, and that's where I've landed for now. I have part-time income. It's enough to pay the bills, and currently at the stage of my life, after having lost a lot of major components of my structured routines in my lifestyle, I'm okay with that, and I don't want to push myself any further right now to like get back on the career track, because I don't even know what the fuck career I want. So as long as I'm surviving, that's that, right? Cool. Let's cook, yeah? I'm gonna pull up your comments, and then we'll get started. I'm gonna wash some tomatoes. Oh yeah, I also have, I went to the doctor. I got a endoscopy. I have baby ulcers coming in, basically. They call it erosion, but it could be due to a lot of different factors. Honestly, I think diet is one, for sure. But secondarily, and maybe primarily, I think stress has been a big one. I think especially since I got COVID, a lot of things in my life kind of just like cluster-fucked together, and the stress mounted from so much uncertainty in my life and instability and a lack of routine and just overall emotional turbulence that I think it makes sense that 4 months later I'm getting like stomach aches that are very persistently keeping me awake at night, and I'm very glad that I got it checked out. So I technically should be adjusting my diet a little bit, maybe less tomatoes in my future, but I already bought these tomatoes last weekend before I had the endoscopy, so we're just gonna eat them. But yeah, I'm old now, guys. I'm just 33, but my organs are starting to give up, so let's be honest, they've been giving up since I was a child. I'm surprised I'm still doing as well as I am now. And not for nothing, I'm pretty proud of myself. Not to sound like an overly confident asshole, which I can be sometimes for sure, but I don't think I'm being one right now. But I'm pretty proud of myself for staying afloat this far. And actually, the endoscopy was super great because I had not been sleeping well at all, and they put like the anesthesia through an IV, and I just like conked out, and then I woke up, and then I was like, that was the most restful sleep I've ever had in my life. So I'm very tempted to just have them course tranquilize me every day. But for the first time in maybe 8 months, I just got 8 hours of sleep last night. I don't know if I'm able to repeat it again, um, but I'm just glad that I got 8 hours of sleep and I felt rested but also tired, as you know, because there's so much sleep debt for me to catch up to or not catch up to, because you can't actually catch up to sleep debt. But I felt human today when I woke up, and it was amazing. Um, okay. I bought some chickpeas when I was visiting a friend in Ridgewood, and I bought this bag of 2.5 pounds of chickpeas for only $2.19, which factors out to less than $1 a pound, which is a price on chickpeas I've not seen in so long. And that delighted me to no end. So I bought it. I cooked it. We're gonna see how it tastes. Maybe they're like very old beans and they were just trying to get rid of them, but I don't care obviously, because if I see something on sale, I'm gonna get it. We might also turn on the oven. I might roast some sweet potatoes for grandma and roast some almonds for me. I've been eating a lot of raw almonds. I find the crunch very satisfying, but I think I've gotten tired of eating raw almonds and I want some roasted almonds. So yeah, let's do that. Let's turn on the oven. Is there anything else I can roast? You know what? Never mind. I changed my mind. I'm not gonna make the sweet potatoes for grandma. I'm gonna make the sweet potatoes for myself. YOLO. Grandma has been getting on my nerves this week. Not too bad, but she's been grating on me a little bit. Just a little bit. She's gotten very demanding sometimes, and I just can't deal with it. I have a limit. I have a limit. Sorry for the noise. My life is a little rough today. I guess I could roast carrots, but I don't feel like it, so we're not gonna. But yes to almonds. Yes to almonds. Guys, the endoscopy didn't feel like anything. Like, it should not feel like anything. They even took biopsies from 3 different parts of my GI tract. I feel nothing. Don't be scared of it. They're gonna put you under. Like, you're gonna sleep like a baby. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, what happened? You're gonna be okay. Unless you go to a crack doctor and they're not actually good at what they do, then maybe you'll suffer. I can't guarantee. So the first thing I'm gonna do is peel these. I've not gotten a colonoscopy, but I cannot speak on that experience, unfortunately. Yep, this is my new kitchen. Indeedly. I got some feedback on the last live saying I've been very mean to viewers who don't know what's going on in my life. I don't intend on being mean, but I do have my limits. I reserve the right to be mean, I think, but I'll try my best to not be mean, okay? But, you know, I'm only human. I can't do everything for everyone all the time. That is how you die. And I'm really certain that I don't want to die right now. At least I have to stay alive for Grandma. Just think about Grandma, how sad it would be if I died too. She's gonna be stranded here all alone, screaming at nurses in another language for the rest of her life, because she's never gonna die. I think just when I don't cater to everyone's needs, it can be perceived as mean. Just like how when I got fired, they told me that I was rude and bullying my manager. Like, you know, everyone has a different perception of what actions entail. And sure, I don't disagree. I could have been nicer, but everyone could be nicer. Thank you, Alice. I also do thank the mods and the viewers who are kind enough to answer questions for me. I do appreciate you all, but always feel no obligation to do it for me, okay? Only if it brings you any sort of fulfillment, but never any obligation. A reminder that we deserve nothing and we owe nothing. Do what fulfills you, or we will have a very, very, very sad world where everybody does what they don't want to do. And I don't want that. Some people think I was being mean, and that's okay. You know, like, I don't really care if I'm mean or not. I just care that I'm doing my best to uphold my own boundaries and to give myself what I need, because, you know, after Mom died, I've noticed that if I don't give myself what I need, then nobody else will. And so it's very important that I learn how to do that, and I have been learning, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job of learning how to do that. But unfortunately, because we all want different things and we will never really understand each other's perspectives, some people will mistake me putting up boundaries to protect myself as a personal offense. And there's nothing I can do about that, because we will always see the world in different ways. All I can do is to respect myself first and foremost, and remind others to do that for themselves too. And also to remind us all that we are responsible for ourselves and nobody else is responsible for us. And that's on a good day too. Sometimes we can't even be responsible for ourselves because the world is just so overwhelming, and that's fine too. But I've stopped myself from feeling bitter that other people haven't given me what I needed, because I've realized that it's not anyone else's job. It's not even my job sometimes. Sometimes it's just not an easy thing to do to get what you want out of life, and that is okay too, you know? You know, the inherent idea of bullying your manager because of the power dynamic is something that my union rep brought up in the HR meeting. and HR shot that down and also tried to shut up my union rep by saying that they were not being addressed in this meeting, that they were only talking to me. Anyway, HR was very rude. I mean, that just comes to as no surprise to anyone. HR does what HR needs to do, and I've come to peace with that too. I'm very, very, very happy that they have reached a tentative agreement on their union contract. That was yesterday's big news. They have not ratified the contract yet, but expectedly maybe next week they will. But getting a tentative agreement is huge. We have, well, not we, because I'm not in the union anymore, but the union has been working towards this goal for 2.5 years, more. We started bargaining 2.5 years ago. We started unionizing in 2018, 2019. We came public in 2019, November. So it's been a long time coming. It's been 3 years, 3.5 years. So I'm delighted. I'm so happy for my, coworkers that it came to something finally. And they didn't even need to go on strike. They just authorized the strike, and the tentative agreement was reached. So always remember that if you act together in solidarity as workers, you hold the power. You do the work, you hold the power. You do the work, you hold the power. The means of production belongs to workers. So don't ever forget that, and don't ever let them bully you into thinking that you are powerless. You hold the power. That goes for anyone else who tries to bully you into anything else you're not comfortable with. Always remind yourself that you are someone with agency, because as soon as you lose agency, you are as good as dead. So you might as well be dead. Right, only if you have solidarity. Yes, it is very hard to organize solidarity successfully. I have learned that. But it is not impossible. And it might need more time than you want it to, but eventually it will happen. And solidarity is one of those things that I think we just need collective practice on. Our very capital-driven society has brainwashed us to be competitive against each other and to always work against each other for the benefit of ourselves. But that is a very detrimental practice that has led us to a lot of discontent, a lot of sadness, a lot of alienation, and a lot of disenfranchisement. It's the same thing that they're doing with identity politics too. Identity politics has become a tool for continuing certain entrenched power dynamics that are not beneficial for people. For the most part, they are beneficial for those with power, but not really for any other person who's just, a normal human being. So beware, beware, beware. Going in. Okay, tomato time. There are so many toxic workplaces, y'all. So fucking many! And there are also a lot of toxic relationships, I'm finding out. And I just don't know if people have realized it. But I realized it. And it's going to be very hard to convince me to do it again. I'm sure I will though, because let's be honest, the selection is not great, both in terms of employment and dating. We have toxified ourselves to normalize it to a certain degree, and we've all become pawns. We've all become pawns. There are those who use and there are those who get used, and I'm trying to figure out if it's possible that I minimize getting used without using others, and hopefully when I do get used, it's a willing kind of being used and not being abused involuntarily. And I hope that the people who use me are kind people with good intentions. Sometimes people don't intend to hurt you and they still will. That is a point at which you have to decide for yourself if you are going to stay in that situation. Because even if they don't mean harm, they can still do harm. And to have harm be done to you is still pretty detrimental and, personal choices, I guess, if you have the choice. But yeah, definitely something I've been thinking about for shoresies. I think even when you don't realize you're being used or using others, you are. That's part of being alive. So I wouldn't be sure that you're completely guiltless. I'm going to add in some oil once my pot is dry, and then I'm going to go in with our half defrosted mirepoix. And I'm also finding out that if you are able to forgive people who have hurt you, it feels really good. I'm learning. Because if you can forgive others who have hurt you, it means that you can also learn how to forgive yourself for hurting you. And I think I have hurt myself a lot. Not consciously, but Olive oil. I pretty much only use olive oil, butter, and coconut oil when I cook as the base oil. I almost never use vegetable oil. I only use vegetable oil for frying. Mom used to love avocado oil and grapeseed oil. I haven't bought those in a while. A lot of avocado oil is actually just not like real avocado oil. So I just like to go for single origin olive oil. Might I be burning my almonds? Perhaps. I'm actually going to go eat hot pot tomorrow with some former coworkers in Flushing, and so I don't even know why I'm cooking this big a batch, but I suppose my leftovers usually last me like 4 days, so this is good. It'll carry me over into next week. Hello, Italy. So canola oil is supposedly good for you, but only if you source it from brands that use like cold press methodology to extract that oil. If it's going through a chemical process, it's really not that good for you health-wise. So that's what I've heard. I'm not a scientist. But if it goes through a chemical extraction process, it degrades some of the natural properties that are supposed to be good for your health. But anyone feel free to correct me. Why they're hating on seed oils. Does anybody know? Somebody just texted me the other day, like on Instagram, and they were like, beware the seed oils if you have gut issues. And I'm like, okay. Not sure. guys, I bought this Greek yogurt that is 10% milk fat. By the way, like full fat for Faye, I think is 4 or 5%. So this is double the milk fat than I usually get. Very interesting. I'm very excited for it. Alright, let's start putting some spices in here, shall we? Let's go take a look-see. See what we got. We got a lot of stuff. Oh, almonds. Almonds. I don't want to make yogurt in the Instant Pot because milk costs a lot of money. And that's a lot of work. I don't think it's worth it. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a dark roast happening. I'm tempted to go like a little more, but I almost feel like I shouldn't. Yeah, let's not. It's always when I decide to push it that it fucks everything up. Well, let's not fuck everything up. Let's just fuck a little thing up. I could use grandma's milk, but I just don't want to. Yogurt is a huge project for me. Like, you have to temp it. You have to make sure it's hitting a certain temperature, and then you have to temper it. It's just, I don't know, y'all. And then, I don't actually like loose yogurt. I just like Greek yogurt. It's also lower in lactose, which I'm actually allergic to. I'm lactose intolerant, so ultimately it's just not worth the effort. Because if I want to make it strained, then I have to strain it. That takes time. That takes tools. That takes fridge space. I don't want to do that to myself, you know? Doesn't seem like a fulfilling, relaxing project to me. But yeah, if one day I start becoming a homesteader, maybe. One day. Not today, though. Is Fairlight owned by Coca-Cola? Who owns Fairlight? No thanks. I'd rather buy farmer's market milk, honestly. And at that point, I might as well just buy farmer's market yogurt, right? So, no thank you. In the pot we have olive oil, we have our leftover semi-defrosted mirepoix, we have some freshly chopped beefsteak tomatoes that I got for $1, we got some salt, and we're about to put spices in here. And also we're gonna add in chickpeas very soon, as soon as I figure out the spice situation. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of tomato powder and let's see. Green garlic scapes sounds good. Herb de Provence sounds great. Toasted onion sounds fantastic. Let's start with that. Tomato powder to pump up the tomato taste. Herb de Provence has rosemary, savory, oregano, and thyme. Great. Giving it a little French-Italian spin. Green garlic scapes for savoriness. Toasted onion powder for maximum allium. Next batch. Is it from Sevilla? Is paprika from Sevilla? Let's go in with a little bit of smoked paprika. This is from Spain. I think my sweet paprika is from, let me check where it's from before I give you fake news. Sweet paprika is from Hungary. Okay. I don't have any garlic in here, so I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Fantastic. Gonna give it a stir. All right. Now we will add the chickpeas in. Wait, one more spice. Let's go one more spice. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of the kitchen pepper. Kitchen pepper has cured sumac, black pepper, ginger, allspice, cinnamon, verum, nutmeg, and cloves. It's going to add a little bit of warmth and spice. Now I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit so that it stops spluttering. And we're going to give it a tasty taste for flavor. Yes, sugar could be nice for sure. I agree. Maybe a little extra salt, or maybe I'll go in with a little bit of soy, maybe, instead of just straight salt. We'll see. We will see. It's a little hot, so I can't quite taste everything when it's this hot, but we're gonna take our chickpeas out. I've awakened your interest in food seasoning. Yay, Megan. I'm so happy to hear that. Nothing delights me more. I would like to strain out the aquafaba just in case I want to make brownies. I love using aquafaba in my brownies. It makes it so fudgy. So fudgy. I wonder if this is too much liquid for my jar. Oh, my aquafaba brownies are actually not vegan. I use butter in them. Though I suppose I could try to attempt making them vegan. I saw a bad bean in here. I saw a bad bean in here. Here we go. She a bad bean. We're gonna toss her. All right, the rest of you are gonna be my farts. Look at that steam. Do I have more sprinkles for brownies or what? I always have more sprinkles. So I put a little bit of baking soda in the chickpeas to help them cook, and it is actually foaming up in the pot right now because it's coming into contact with the acidity from the tomatoes, which actually might be really good for my stomach reflux, because if it can neutralize a little bit of the tomato acidity, that might be soft on my ulcers. Let's see how our sweet potatoes are doing. Okay, not bad. I think they can go a little bit longer. Oh, she's gonna eat well tonight. Look at me treating myself. We have enough oil. I'm really trying not to worsen my reflux. This is enough oil to get it golden. All right, we are gonna put 5 minutes on the timer, and then that goes off. We're gonna turn the oven off. And any good ideas on how to make chicken thighs? They go well in a braise with like a dark sauce, or I kind of like to strip them off from the bone and make stock with the bones and then make a stir fry with the meat. Or I just like to put a dry rub on them and let them sit in the fridge overnight and then roast them the next day. What kind of dark sauce? Like soy sauce? That kind of like generically pan-Asian flavor profile with soy sauce and lime juice and sesame oil and a little bit of sugar and maybe some spiciness to it. You play with it, girl. You trying to get a recipe out of me? You know I'm not the person. If you put a little bit of baking powder in your dry rub overnight, apparently it can crispify the skin better in the oven because it increases a little bit of the surface area of the skin. Your mileage may vary. Yeah, cornstarch is pretty good too. I'm gonna eat an almond now. Perfectly roasted. Oh yeah, I do have an air fryer. It's like the attachment to my Instant Pot. It works okay. And now that I'm alone and single, it works well for a one meal thing. Lisa, I have used coconut aminos in the test kitchen. I don't recall what it tasted like, but hey, if you're not allowed that much sodium, then you gotta do what you gotta do, right, girl? Yes, you do have to try freezing the almonds. It will change your snacking life forever. What do we do with the rest of the chickpeas? Should we make hummus? Hummus is really dangerous for me to have. But I want it. I want it. I don't have tahini though, so we're gonna have to make some whack hummus. Ooh, I wonder what hummus tastes like with nutritional yeast. What do you guys think? Should we try hummus with nutritional yeast? I want to try hummus with nutritional yeast. I also don't have any citrus juice. I don't have any of the ingredients you need to make actual hummus, but we can still make hummus. It'll just be bastardized hummus. You know? Yeah, since when do I make actual anything? You're totally right. Absolutely. And we're gonna immersion blend this so I don't have to clean my Vitamix up. I also have some caramelized roasted garlic that I can use, but I'm gonna need to defrost that right now. Has anyone ever put butter in hummus? Is that a thing? Guys, we're gonna go so sacrilege on this. I'm gonna put the rest of the mirepoix in here. It's gonna be, we can't call this hummus. I can't do a whole culture dirty like that. We're just gonna do it, okay? I'm just gonna do it. Cynthia, you don't know me at all, do you? You've seen me through all these years and you still don't know who I am. Kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. If you know what I do, then why would you discourage me from me doing me, huh? Why would you do that? Yeah, you should know better. You should know better. I'm gonna have to microwave these frozen garlics. I'm worried that they won't blend. Ooh, jalapeno? Jalapeno hummus? Yeah. Oh, my stomach is already ulcerating when you mention that. But yes. Mmm. I'm actually going to use a little bit of another smoked paprika. It's something that I had left over, and it's a little bit less intense than the burlap and barrel one. The burlap and barrel smoked paprika is smoky. This one is a little less intense. And I'm gonna basically be cooking this down. Oh my god! Of course! I need to put some garlic in here too. Why didn't I think to put some of this garlic in here? Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. Yeah, I do have the smoldering embers. Or shimmer salt? Which one did you want, Ram? I have all of them. I have all the Jongkung mixes. Whenever you come over, you can grab whatever you need. That's a great question. What is everyone's favorite flavor of Tums? I hate them all. They taste disgusting to me, which is why I bought Alka-Seltzer this time. Not sponsored, but they taste way better. Yeah, I too like the peppermint and wintergreen flavors because they just don't even try to taste like anything recognizable. You know it's artificial. Yeah, Tums is like a heartburn tablet. It's basically just a lot of calcium. I used to be prescribed Tums by my pediatrician who was like, yeah, you need calcium. Hello, Angela. Is there anything I can't eat when I get acidic like that? I mean, I just eat everything and then I suffer for it, you know? I don't really know how my stomach works. Ooh, soy milk. Really? Soy milk. Wait, there is nothing more endearing than viewers saying my catchphrases for me. That's when you know you've made it, y'all. That's when you know you've made it. Okay, I have this leftover nooch. Let's go with half of it for now. And then we're gonna need some spicy, some MSG, some coriander, definitely some cumin. I'm also gonna bring in a little bit of this old oregano. Where's my cumin at? Honestly, how fun to work for a spice company and have all the spices, right? Sometimes life just works out a little. It's been very educational for me too. No oil yet, we will add oil. But I just wanted to get mashy first. Yes, and thanks Mom for the Instant Pot. Mom is everywhere. We don't want to call this hummus, Angela. We don't want to offend anybody. But yes, we are making chickpea paste. Has anyone ever seen that first episode of Budget Eats that was filmed on my cell phone where I tried to make hummus and then it was too loose and I didn't have oil to use in it and then I started boiling it away on the stove? What a mess. And then people actually watch me do that on the internet. Isn't that weird? I'm very surprised I didn't get canceled. I could have been canceled. That was like the season to get canceled too, for food appropriation. It was during the lockdown. It was 3 years ago. It was a lifetime ago. Back when I still had a job and a partner and my mother and my sanity. slightly fewer wrinkles, a little bit more skin elasticity, definitely a lot more vitality. But boy, oh boy, look at how I grew, huh? Did you find the lockdown difficult to go through with a partner? Living with a partner in such a tight space? Absolutely. Yeah. Some villains never change, you know? You can cancel me now, though. Nobody's really gonna care. I think we've swung out of the food appropriation cancellation phase of society, and now we're all into experimentation as long as you give credit where credit is due, which is great. I want us to stay here. Always give credit to the sources, but play with it. We should always play with it. What the fuck is spa water? Ew, this sounds so gross. All right. Yeah, and a firmer grasp on my sexuality. Yes, we have experienced growth in so many aspects of life. We must be proud of ourselves for expansion of identity. This is all there is to life. Okay, we should start adding liquid and oil. What kind of liquid can I add? Should we put a little bit of pickle juice in? Ooh. Onion flavored pickle juice? Oh God. Okay. Okay, there we go. Maybe we put a little bit of the onions in there too. Wait, let's taste it first. Let's taste it. Do we like it? Okay, maybe just the juice. Not sure about the onions. Definitely just splash myself with vinegar. Delicious. Dude, quick pickles are the best. They're so yummy. That is not hummus, but I like it. She's yummy. She's yummy. course not. The chickpeas must be cooked for hummus. But yes, if you're making falafel, your chickpeas should be raw. Soaked, but raw. I haven't been able to keep up with everything I put in this concoction either. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Just let me get the stomach ulcers. Yeah, falafel is made with ground up raw soaked chickpeas, and then you fry it so they get cooked in the fryer oil. Pickle liquid and hummus. Not hummus, sorry, we're not making hummus. This is not hummus. Pickle liquid and bean mash. Guys, try it. Try it. Try it. What do you have against pickle liquid and bean mash? What's wrong with it? You haven't even tried it yet. You haven't even tried it yet. That's good. That's delightful. Wow. And you know what? There's salt in the pickle liquid. So it makes sense that it's taking such a good flavor role in this mash. I don't even need to season it with more salt, really. Because it has so much flavor. I'll add in a little bit of oil after this batch of pickle juice. But I think I can reduce the amount of oil. Well, now I just need falafel and I can die a happy woman. Hell yeah. I'm a fucking genius. Alright, we're gonna go in with the rest of the nooch. Because I wanted to get rid of that. We're gonna go in with a little extra cumin. We will go in with not more oregano, but a little more salt, yes. And coriander, maybe just a tad bit. And then I think I want something slightly spicy. So let's go hunt for that. Okay, we're gonna go in with some Kashmiri chili powder. This is a little bit spicy. And we're gonna go in with some cured sumac for a little bit of acidity. Okay, a lot of sumac, sure, yes. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this 2 more times, and then we're gonna taste, and then we're gonna stream in some oil for richness, which we're gonna need because we already don't have tahini in here. So it's gonna rely mostly on oil. All right, my immersion blender is starting to feel hot, so yo, what is this sorcery? We're gonna need a little more sumac. That shit is delicious. Actually, let me use up some of my older shit too. I have older sumac. Don't I? Yes. I have some shittier sumac. That's a lot. Oops. Did any of you remind me to stir my tomatoes? Or is this just gonna be a burnt piece of shit? Oh yeah, it's a little burny on the bottom. Oh, it's a lot burny on the bottom. Oh, it's a lot burny. Yay. Guys! Why do I even keep you around? You see how burny it is? It does not matter if you have a lot of liquid. If you're not stirring, the solids will fall to the bottom and they will burn. That is why it is important when you are cooking anything that is not pure liquid or it has dairy in it, you must always stir constantly. Okay, don't worry about it. I forgive you. Forgive you. We don't need to change pans. This is fine. I have low standards now. The sweet potatoes are still in the oven, but the oven is off, so don't worry about it. See, you guys are just watching me and you've lost track of things. Can you imagine how hard it was for me to film Budget Eats and keep track of 4 different things cooking all at once while filming myself? Guys, that was a fucking nightmare. Was it exciting? Yes. Was it entertaining? Absolutely. Was it a shit ton of work? Mm-hmm. Did I go crazy? Bonkers. And that's why I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do long form anymore. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. The story of my life. So excited to be eating stuff now. Here are our beautiful patates. Beautifully roasted, a little bit crunchy, very soft and caramelized and sweet on the inside. I hope. I don't know. I'm letting them soak up all of the olive oil that's on the tray as they cool, so we don't waste anything, and also less dish soap needed if I let it soak up all of that good oil. And then we can eat it with our hummus. Don't worry, we're gonna rinse the fallen soldier. We're gonna eat it. Right, it's not hummus. I'm so sorry, it's not hummus. The walls were sweating in the Thanksgiving episode. I was not joking, it was terrifying. I was terrified that my landlord was gonna be like, you don't get your deposit back because you just peeled off all the paint somehow. And would Delish have paid for that deposit? You betcha they wouldn't have. She's about to fuck it up big time. We're gonna go in with a little bit of this wild Timor pepper. I've not opened it yet. But it's apparently supposed to be a little bit tingly like Sichuan peppercorn. Here's what it looks like. It looks a little bit like Sichuan peppercorn. It's like cracked open like Sichuan peppercorn. It smells citrusy, like a tangerine, jasmine, orange blossom flower. One more round of noise and we're done. I will call it quits. I think we have put enough random shit in here. p.m. the new video. It'll be 7 minutes long. Yum. I'm happy with this. It's definitely not hummus, but it's bean mash. So is it more appropriation if you don't call it hummus or if you do call it hummus, you know? Because if you call it bean mash, then people are going to say you're ignoring the roots of it in the hummus tradition. And if you do call it hummus, well, it's obviously not following the traditional hummus recipe, flavor profiles, and ingredients. So you really just can't win, right? Food appropriation. Can you win this game? I don't know if you can. I'm tempted to put the Trader Joe's ketchup powder on this. This is pretty good. It has olive oil. My favorite thing is licking the appliance. Should I even plate it up? I feel like I should, just to make myself feel a little more human. Treat myself, you know? So, be honest with me. Since I started putting edited video content on this personal channel, so this does not include the Budget Eat series, guys, okay? Don't hurt my feelings. But since I've started uploading my own stuff on my own channel, what has been your favorite video to watch? And be honest, you're allowed to say the H Mart video because obviously that one has the most views, so I'm assuming everybody loves that one the most. Yeah, it does look like cake batter. You're right. When I was in school, oh, like college times? Damn, girl, that's archival. Yeah, I'm waiting for the Trader Joe's content too, but you might have to wait like 4 more months for it, if I'm honest. If I'm being realistic, Trader Joe's might not be ready until the end of summer. I just have too much shit in my life right now, and I have a lot of unedited content. You don't have to apologize. H Mart was definitely great. I'm glad you like H Mart because, you know, like, I like H Mart too. That was like my way of saying, hey, let me see if I can do this on my own, you know, without Delish. And I did it, really, I think. I accomplished what I set out to do, and I'm proud of myself for it. But I don't want that to be all that I can do, you know? Or that all that I do. Beryl actually reached out to me about that grocery store series probably over a year ago. And she never followed up with me on it. So I don't know what's happening with that. But I'm down. But I don't know. Maybe I've tainted my reputation a little too much, you know? Which is fine. I'm gonna label this not Hummus. Okay, we're gonna eat hummus, not hummus, sorry, we're gonna eat non-hummus on our roasted sweet potato. Capiche? Fumus. I don't think it needs more salt. Okay. You know what this reminds me of? Like a potato salad with pickles in it. That's what the flavor reminds me of. Because there is that pickle liquid. There is that like Timor pepper, which has that kind of floral taste to it. It tastes very fresh and summery, not too heavy. The textures are very stick to your mouth and gummy, but the sweetness of the sweet potato with the light saltiness of the hummus, I can't even taste the nutritional yeast, honestly. But the texture reminds me of that like kind of mashy, mayo, saturated potato salad texture. No, what happened to Lily? Oh no. Who yelled at you, Lily? Who are we gonna punch? Was it customers or managers? Yeah, same question as Jonathan. Do another live with Ram? Yeah, you guys seem to like the lives with Ram. I take my 40% cut for taxes on the revenue on those lives, and then Ram gets to make some grocery money so he can bring me vegetables next time. The chef yelled at you? Throw a fucking plate in his face. And then find another job. Don't take my life advice. You've seen what happened to me. Yes, Ram did give me the frog headband. Did you guys like the frog headband? Are you back of house, Lily? Are you a cook? What station are you on? I don't think you can just make cosmic brownies. They're almost like Tootsie Roll in texture. Lily, never take my life advice, okay? Please. I cannot be responsible for someone else's life going down the drain. Only my own. Because it's entertaining. That Timor pepper is delightful. I think it's what they use in the shimmer salt, which I also loved. The flavor on the Timor pepper is so vibrant and gentle and elegant. I can see that doing really well in a dessert, actually. You don't know where your place is? That means they're not managing you well. If you're new and they have not told you where you belong in the kitchen, then management needs work. That's why the chef is angry at you. He knows he's incompetent as a manager. So don't take it personally. He just probably is angry at himself. But if it does get too mentally abusive, you need to find another job. No matter how bad you think. How old are you? Are you in your 20s? Because I've definitely been at that place in my life where me and my friends were like, I can't leave this job until a year is over. Girl or guy or whatever you are. If people are making you feel bad and it's making your body hurt and it's making your mind crumpled, it's not worth it. And they're probably paying you pretty shit too, so. Nothing is worth more than your sanity and integrity. Kitchen culture is incredibly traditionally toxic. It's known for that. I've never dabbled in cheese making. It sounds intense. If you're still in college, you won't know what you want to do career-wise. You're gonna have to make a lot of experiments happen. I can't give you a shortcut to that. That's called life, baby. That's why when you're a freshman, you don't feel like a senior. You can only feel like a senior when you're a senior. It takes time. Be patient. I will get to the stew. I'm gonna finish eating this and soak it. One thing that I have learned is that yes, getting older just makes you not care about shit. But you know why you don't care about shit? Because you've been hurt so many times and you've healed or healed improperly or healed completely properly or whatever it is that you had to do to survive that event over and over again. You just don't care anymore. And then you're like, fuck it. We should all fuck it. All right, I'm gonna bore you for about 4 minutes because I want to get dishes done. I hate having dishes pile up in the sink. But I will read your comments. That's exciting. You finally know what you want to do career-wise. Congratulations. Yay. Not a lot of people get there. Listen, eating out of the pot is amazing and it is underrated and it gives you less dishes to do, and I don't know why people shit on it because we all want to plate it and be pretty. But when you're living by yourself and you have no one to impress except, 200 strangers, you also learn that you don't need to impress anybody by constantly exposing yourself to 200 strangers. You very quickly find out that they don't give a shit. Because the ones who will criticize you for anything will continue to criticize you for everything. And the ones who are just here will just let you do whatever you want to do. And those are the people that make you feel comfortable in your skin and existence. And those are the people that encourage you to do whatever it is you feel good to do. And those are the people that I am thankful for. But I'm also thankful for the critiques. They provide perspective. There will always be Lindas in our lives. I'm ready. Navigating the Lindas in our lives will teach us many things. I am always thankful for the experience. Yoicks. I don't think I minded Linda for a very long time, but I think over time I'm just tired of never knowing what the intention is. For me, intentionality is a huge part of navigating relationships and knowing where people stand with me. And because I never know if she intends well or actually is critiquing me, the ambiguous tone is what irritates me, not her presence. If I know for sure she's a hater, or if I know for sure she's a fangirl, or if I just know for sure who she is and what she intends, then fine, but it feels a little unstable, and it's tiring for me to deal with unstable personalities. No, I haven't blocked. I have not blocked. I don't think I've seen Astonish, but we have like Barkeeper's Friend and other kinds of cleaning powders that are good for burnt pots. I normally just go for baking soda and a metal scrubby. They tend to work very well for me, and they're much cheaper than other cleaners and much more food safe, I think, so that's what I usually do. I'm not really gonna ban Linda yet. I was just tossing it out to air out my feelings, really. It's gonna take me a lot to block someone, but if I can tell they're not meaning well, then I will do it. Okay, it's stew time. We get to eat our stew now. Hooray. I have no idea what Gojo is. What are you guys talking about? Hold up, people still use AIM? What? That is news to me, baby. Oh my gosh, that was such a good joke. I'm so sorry we all missed the joke. Linda, if you're watching this live on replay, sorry for talking shit about you behind your back. But also, now it's in front of your back, so, you know, I just don't know how to read you, babe. Sometimes you annoy me, that's all. But sometimes I annoy me too. Alright, guys. No more shit talking. Just me. Only I can shit talk now. Here's our stew. It smells really good. Let's grab a little bowl. This is the perfect consistency. Let me get you closer. It's like stewy but saucy. It's clinging to the chickpeas and coating them in a almost like marinara manner. And that's the consistency I like. And as it cools, the chickpeas will kind of just soak it in and it'll become even thicker. So. It's not going to be as good as the Spanish one that I had, obviously, but it is one of my favorite food combos, is like just braised stewed chickpeas in tomatoes with good olive oil, garlic, spinach if you're lucky. I do need some white rice. eat my sweet potatoes while they're still nice and fresh. Sweet potatoes they taste so sad when they're left over, honestly. I like stewed okra. Mom used to make okra for me. I used to hate it, and then I started liking it. It takes a while to acclimate. Okay. Chickpeas could be a little bit creamier, for sure. I guess I should have soaked the chickpeas overnight. So I cooked the chickpeas without soaking them in the Instant Pot for 25 minutes, and it was like cooked, but I guess not mushy. I do have leftover rice. I just don't want to eat it right now. It's good. I approve. I think it deserves a little more salt, but maybe we can just MSG it now. Flavor crystals. Wait a minute. I really want to get rid of this old sumac. So let's try it with a little bit. Sumac is a little bit citric-y. It tastes a little bit like citric acid with a little bit of natural herbiness. And slightly aged medicinal flavor on the nose. Yes, it picks up on the tomato flavor. Better. Way better. Kewpie is the superior mayo, period. Anyone who does not agree can feel free to disagree. I have no consequences for you disagreeing other than you are eating the less good mayo. Is sumac like dried orange peel in terms of flavor? Maybe? But it is good in this. Yeah, she really just wants to get rid of it at this point, but it is actually adding quite a bit of flavor to this stew. So I'm guessing this will taste way better tomorrow. Do we like the sound? Is this gonna rock some people's ASMR socks off? Or is it really disturbing? Okay, y'all, I'm probably gonna head off in about 4 or 5 minutes, but it has been a real adventure time with you all. I hope you've had an okay week. My plans for the rest of the day I'm gonna edit another video and I'm going to catch you all on the 8 p.m. premiere and chat with you for 7 minutes while you guys watch that video so I can see your reactions in real time and see how people like it. Where do you buy MSG powder? It's available in Asian supermarkets. It's also starting to be available in a lot of American supermarkets. If you don't want pure MSG and you just want MSG adjacent seasonings, Accent is available in most white American supermarkets, as well as bouillon cubes. Bouillon cubes have MSG in them. So, you know, it's available in many different facades. But if you want like the Ajinomoto Japanese kind in the clear bag where it just looks like white crystals, yeah, Asian stores. Gotta go to your Asian grocers. Ooh, HBD, happy cake day. Trader Joe's mushroom seasoning tastes like MSG, but they don't put MSG in it, I don't think. Trader Joe's mushroom seasoning is delightful. Yeah. People are freaked out about MSG because they're convinced that it gives you headaches. Newsflash, salt will also give you headaches if you eat too much of it. The whole thing is about moderating yourself in all areas of consumption, you know? So yeah, if you eat like a lot of salt, you're gonna have a headache. MSG is a salt. Monosodium glutamate. There was a paper published called the Chinese Restaurant Syndrome, where some people were complaining that after they ate at Chinese restaurants, they had huge migraines. And so people started pinpointing to MSG as the culprit for that. And somebody, there's like a whole podcast of like This American Life on it. Just Google it. It's fascinating. Glutamate appears naturally in things like tomato, in things like Parmesan cheese, in things like fish and meat because it's basically a protein salt. So anywhere you have protein, you have it. Mushrooms also has naturally occurring MSG, and tomatoes as well. So, you know, whatever. Placebo effect is very strong. If people believe in something, they'll continue believing in it. I'm not here to convince them otherwise, but if they can't have MSG, that's their loss. Baby girl, I'm not hurting. More for us. Sumac also gives it like a very cute little peppered look. You can see the little dark brick red spots in it now. Bye y'all. I'll see you in chat at 8 on our 7-minute vloggy vlog. Thank you. Peace.